Hey everybody, it's Christine Bertram and I'm back live from the Hive. It was a short break. It was a little bit longer than I thought I was going to need, but I had a helper that is coming here any minute and I had to get something cut for her so that she could take it with her. So always something, right? So in case you missed it, we just did the January showcase, showcasing everything that's coming up for January. And we didn't really hit on what the Winter Creative Escape is because I knew I was going to be doing this video back to back. So hi Judy Sharp, hi Sarah Mitchell. The Winter Creative Escape. It is a demonstrator event that I have been hosting since January of 2019. So we had the event in 2019 and then we had it in 2020, 2021, 22, 23. So this is the fifth one. Hi, Susan Bellamy. This is the fifth Winter Creative Escape. And so from the Winter Creative Escape, it used to be called, what did I used to call it? The online, Stamp, what did I used to call it? The very first one was a extravaganza. Oh, I can't remember what the first one was called. Hi, Mary Carls. Hi, Penny Powell again. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Nedra. Oh, man, something aganza. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something. Joe, the jamboree, the something jamboree. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Patricia Settle. Oh man, so let's see if there it is. Perfect. Oh gosh, you guys, it's like one of those things where you think you can remember what the name is, and then you can't, and you don't know what it was. Oh, Occasions Jamboree. There it is. I think that's what it is. So we are going to go through. So from that came a summer escape. So I think it took us until 2022, and then we did a summer escape in 22, and then we did a autumn escape in 23. We've done 3 summertime ones, and so they changed the scheduling around with the catalogs, and so it started in July, and now we have it in September. Hi, Linda Kester. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Hi, Feline. So the escape that I do is, it started off being in person at a hotel. We had 50 people running around a ballroom, and it was a hot, chaotic mess. It was amazing. It did really good. So much that people wanted to do it again. And we did the second one in the same spot. And then the COVID happened. And hi, Linda Hall. And hi, Donna Grushki. The COVID happened, and it kind of put us on a standstill of, we still wanted to get together and do things, but I didn't want the financial risk of booking a hotel and putting like $3,000 down on a hotel room or like the ballroom and then not being able to do it because the world shut down again, right? Hi, Karen. So it kind of morphed into doing and then this got built in the interim in 2020, and we have the amazing space here where I can fit 16 lovely people comfortably, and we do everything that we did there here, and people have told me that they actually enjoy it better here versus in a big ballroom. You get more one-on-one time with me and people that you're with all day. You build stronger, better relationships with the people because you're not all running around and in your own little bubble, right? So people have said that they really like it. So it's an in-person event that morphed in to becoming online and in-person. And so you could attend either one. In person is here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Come on into Wisconsin in the middle of January. Hopefully it's not snowing. I guess that's a risk that we all take. I know Ellen Brover came in 2 years ago. She flew in on a Friday from Florida, sunny Florida. She flew in on a Friday, did the shoebox swap, did the event with us on Saturday, and flew home on Sunday. And she did just fine, and the weather cooperated nicely. So this event is January 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. It's 4 one-day events. It's the same program pretty much every day in terms of the agenda, but we have different presentations each day. And for those that are online, I offer a to-go box, and I mail it to people in the United States. So if you're in a different country and you would like to do this event, you could do the online version without a box, and you would be able to access the content and just not get a goodie box. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. So there's 3 versions. Hi, Tammy.
The dies, right?
No, I wanted to show you really quick I wanted to set it up. So
I didn't have any pieces.
no, the gold is there. I wanted to see them. I wanted to map them out just to make sure they all fit. So why don't you take it all with you, and then call me later on before you cut any gold paper.
Okay.
So grab the bag. I want to map it out to make sure they all fit in there. So is that the return paper? Okay. So there's one of my helpers. That was Tammy. So, all right. Have a good appointment. Yep. So the so there's three options. And if you're on my team, there's also a reduced pricing option. I like to give my team some perks. One of them is $10 off the cost of this event, either in person or online, or if you do the online without a box, you also get $10 off. So I'm going to pull the event up on my website so that you can see where you can find all the details. There's going to be a little bit of a lot that I'm going to go through here. I'm going to try to talk to it so people understand things differently if they read them versus hearing them. So that's why I like to do this showcase to talk to you about it. And some of you might be like, "Well, I've done this every time with her. It's pretty much the same," but it's still nice to hear. And then I've also got the 9 cards we're going to make. I don't have the 3D project done. I've got something kind of formulating in my head, and I'm trying to figure out if it'll actually work. But the Winter Creative Escape and when I do the autumn one, these kind of are about the same. One is featuring the spring mini catalog. One features the holiday mini catalog. And it is, if you're a discount shopper, a hobbyist, or a demonstrator, you're with Stampin' Up! And you have your demo ID number. That's what's required. I keep seeing this, so I gotta fix it. That's what's required. It's geared for people who just want more inspiration and ideas and get to see, touch, feel, smell the new product, right? Touch it, feel it, smell it. We do creative presentations featuring products, like the brayer is going to be demoed. I have displays, there's swapping, there's a whole bunch of things, and that's what I want to go through with you to get a better idea of what you get for what you're paying for, right? So there's you're paying an amount, and you want to make sure that there's value in what you're putting forward for a cost, right? I'm Mary Ellen Ryan. So the event is, if you're on my team, $120, and if you are not on my team, it's $130, and that's with the box, either in person or mailed. It's the same. So if you're attending in person, you get food provided, and if you are attending online, getting the box mailed to you, there's postage, and that pretty much offsets, and so it's the same price in person versus online. And then the box amount, so without the box amount, is $50 for the content, and it's $40 if you are on my team, $10 off. And so we'll start, and I might just be going all over the place, but we'll talk about different things. What do you get for that? Okay, so first and foremost, you do get product. I create, with the help of my helpers, a goodie bag. And we kind of hit on that a little bit on the last video, that the goodie bag for the escapes, for the autumn and the winter escape, they are a sampling, product share, more or less, of everything that's consumable. And with this, it's not always the same as what you get in a product share. The product shares that I put together are based off of X amount and this price, where the goodie bag that you get for this escape is valued at $50, and it usually goes over a little bit. It just depends on what I'll put in there, but it's a sampling. So it's one 6x6 sheet of all the designer paper. It's a sampling of all the embellishments, in this case a 5th or a 4th or a 3rd, depending on how the embellishment comes, and then also 1 yard of each of the ribbons. And that's a little bit different than the product share that you pay for if you're not doing the event, because you'll get 2 yards of ribbon, and I don't include the baker's twine. For the goodie bag, it's valued at $50 and includes sale-a-bration sampling as well. And so there, right off the bat, you have that, and then when you figure in tax and shipping, it's even more than that. You also get a prize patrol. Everybody gets prize patrol, gotta have prize patrol, and that's valued at $10. So right there is $60 worth of product, and you use these items in your make and takes. And so I do cut ahead for you. So anybody who does the escape, if you're getting the escape cards, I pull out, when I say it's usually we pull out the papers that are needed specifically for the cards, and we cut them for you, so you don't have to worry about cutting any of the designer series paper yourself for the cards. And then we put the extra pieces back into your kits, into your goodie bag. So you get that. So you have 9 make and takes. So they're right in itself. If you do a 3-card class, that's 3 3-card classes. You have the value of that. So 9 cards. There's a 3D project as well. And then in shipping or lunch, and then on top of it, the content. All right. So the content, I completely convert my entire garage over into like a stamp haven of ideas. We have 8 lovely ladies who have, I think volunteered. I shouldn't say voluntold because I think they had a choice. They volunteered to do displays. And these displays have between usually 12 and 25 different samples out there that you can get more ideas and inspiration for cards that you can be creative with the new products when you get them. So there's lots of displays. I do a sale-a-bration display. So there's actually 9 displays. And then with the swapping as well, people participate in swapping. And we have about 60 cards being swapped out. So 60 more designs of cards being swapped out. And then on top of it, there's creative presentations. There's 8 plus I do one for the 3D project. And so on each day, there are 2 creative presentations. So like on Thursday, we have Jay Shante and Julie Bierschbach, each doing a presentation, a creative presentation. Julie will most likely do something with a 3D project that's related to her display board, as well as Jay Shante. Jay, last time she did a sampler and the illuminating card. And so she did a double whammy for you, a back-to-back double header of 2 different presentations, kind of all in one. And she'll probably do something similar again this time. Everybody loves to see people create. I shouldn't say everybody loves to. I think a lot of people love seeing people create. That is one of the things that I love about going to an onstage or to an event that Stampin' Up! Hosts is I love watching people create. So what I've tried to do with this event is like take a Stampin' Up! On stage meets a private cozy retreat, but you get everything in it. And so you get the camaraderie, you get the friendships, the bonding, you get stamping, real life stamping, you get card making, 3D project making, you get to watch people create, you can swap if you want to, but you can't cry if you want to. You can swap if you want to. And so that's what's so cool. So Saturday, so that was Thursday. Friday, there'll be 2 creative presentations. Gina Bulow will be doing one, and I think we might have Diane Bogenhagen set for Friday. Saturday, 2 creative presentations, and now that I have to say who they are, I'm drawing blanks. And then Sunday we have 2 as well. Chris Dudorenki is doing one. She's doing a tube card. Diane is doing one of those pull down cards, and so cool. We ask people in their registration form what they want ideas and what they want to see, and we do take all those and we try to make sure we hit somebody doing a presentation that covers everybody's request on what they want to see. Sometimes we duplicate. Like last time we did a sampler, well, people still want to see samplers. So we still do like the same things, but we use different current things to showcase those different ideas. The brayer, people really want to see how to use the brayer. So 8 creative presentations, and then on top of it, the first day on Thursday, I do a creative presentation showing how to do the 3D project. On top of it then, anybody who signs up for the Escape will be invited to an unlisted private YouTube class with me. And I go through and I actually make all 9 cards from start to finish, and I usually do it in about 3 hours. I think that's how long the last one took, 2.5 to 3 hours. And so you get to watch that if you want to on replay, or you can watch it live with me and you can ask me any questions. So you get a private class after. The other thing that came out of it a couple times ago is somebody wanted said, I would love to get to know people. I'm trying to just make friends, and I'm trying to build my, I want the camaraderie and friendships. And so what we started, I think 2 or 3 times ago now, is we do a Zoom meeting before the event. And so I have it set. The agenda will be coming. It'll be in there. But for those that are participating, you'll be sent a private Zoom link that you can be part of a Zoom meeting. It's not a meeting. It's just a casual meet and greet where I can introduce everybody that's on, and you can tell us where you're from. And it's great because you get to see a face to the name of the person. And then throughout the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will see that person's name in the comments, and you will be like, oh, I met them during the Zoom meet and greet. And you never know where you go from there. You might be next door neighbors, or you might be in a city that you go visit, and that person you can connect with later, right? We are all good-hearted stampers, is what I truly believe, and it's always fun to know more people who stamp, right? Join the crazy. So the Zoom meet and greet is something that's on the front end as well. So creative presentations are great content. The display, the Facebook group is private to anybody who registers. If you do the without a box or with a box, you get invited to the Facebook group, and it is Facebook. So that's where all the content is housed. There is a private Facebook group. So if you're already registered and you're not part of that Facebook group, you got to reach out to me to make sure we get you in there. I try to get anybody in after they make payment. I don't let people in before payment is made because that would be getting the cart in front of the horse. And so a lot of people have requested access to it. And once you pay is when I approve your access or I ask you to be part of the group. And so in the Facebook group is where all of the activity is going to be happening the days of the event. There'll be like a welcome video in the beginning. The Zoom video will be live streamed there. The creative presentations will all be in there. There'll be albums for each of the displays. There'll be an album for the swapping, and there'll be like the Facebook group is where that is all housed at the moment. So if you're not part of Facebook, you might just consider it to be part of the group. And I think absolutely so far everybody has always just been part of the Facebook group. It's kind of hard to provide a platform if like outside of Facebook, if I don't have a platform that you can do the posting and the commenting and albums and all that good stuff. So swapping is closed at this point. I needed to get numbers out to people. I said I would do it by earlier this week. I actually got them out last night. So in case you missed that, anybody who is already registered or is tentatively on the list for this event, even though you haven't paid or you have paid, I've been keeping one central email group for all of you so that as I send updates, I include people. And so last night I did send an update for a spreadsheet was attached of who's registered, who hasn't registered, who needs to pay, who's paying, what day are you attending, are you doing online, are you getting a box or not, are you involved in any of the swapping, are you getting the DSP sampler. I sent out that spreadsheet with all that information last night. I don't know, around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So if you haven't looked at that yet, all I need for you to do is just confirm all your information is correct. And if it's correct, you don't have to let me know anything. You can be like, yep, I'm good. And if something's wrong, a couple people reached out to me because we switched them from in-person to online and I didn't update something, or if I didn't have their DSP sampler right, I can update that. So, so just know to watch for that. But part of that email was the swap numbers. So the swapping is primarily closed. And I announced preliminary numbers. The only way they would change is if I forgot to sign somebody up for swapping that wanted to swap, or if somebody changed their mind and doesn't want to swap because they see that it's like Christmas time and the time is ending and they might not have time. So that's like the preliminary numbers have been published. And so I just want to send final numbers out by no later than Saturday. So I still have some minor tweaking that we can do. If somebody wants to get in on swapping, I can still do it. Onesie twosies are okay. But if it's like 10 more, nope, that's not good. So, all right, so swapping. So lots of stuff that are involved with the Winter Creative Escape. I don't know, whoever's watching, does anybody else have anything? Oh, here, I was gonna share with you guys, in case you want all of this information, what you would do is go to my website and click on January 11th, 12th, or 13th. They're all the same event. And when you click on it, that's where you can go in and see the day. There's the registration form. A link to the registration form pops up. I really need everybody to complete this so that I have everybody's information in one spot. Here's the link to get to the private Facebook group so that you can either invite yourself so I can add you once you pay. All the ideas. Who is it for? It's for everybody. As long as you have an ID number with Stampin' Up, you can attend, no problem. I will be honest, if I don't fill registration up by like 2 days before the event or 3 days, like let's say I have 3 or 4 spots open and I have some customers who are good customers that aren't demonstrators, and that happens, right? Not everybody's a demonstrator. I do put a call out. I think happened last time too. I put a call out that I think I had maybe 3 people that were not demonstrators that joined at the last minute, because I'd rather have a box go to a happy home than me to sit on a box. So just know if that is a possibility, that as it gets close to the week of the event, if I have space available, that might happen. So at the moment, I have about 12 open spots right now. I'm planning for 120, and I think we have like 108 at the moment. So the details, here I have the dates. Oh, the thing that I liked, I get a lot of people that are confused a little bit about what does the online entail versus the in-person. When it makes sense, when you come in person, you're here for the day, right? You come in, you stamp, and you eat, you socialize, and it's like, then you go home. When you're online, people say, well, what day do I attend? Well, you can attend every day. When you're online, you're going to get an agenda, and we're going to be live at certain times on Facebook. So you'll get like the welcome introduction. You want to potentially be live for that. It's via a Zoom. I think we do it via a Zoom, and then we live stream it to Facebook, and then you can participate. Like creative presentation is at 10:30. Well, you want to make it a point if you can to get into, if you want to watch it live and comment and add questions or talk to us while we're doing it, you can participate and watch it while we're live. And then there'll be another creative presentation. And then at the end, we have a wrap-up video where we announce who the winners of the swap contest are. And also there's a raffle. And so for those that are online, what I've heard people say that have done this, they like the fact that it's not back to back to back, a full day of, I got to watch it from 10 to 11, and then I got to watch it from noon to 2, and then I've got to watch it from 2 to 3. This, what I think it was Judy Sharp, who I remember her comment, I think she went horseback riding. She watched the event, or like the creative presentation in the morning, and then she went horseback riding. And while she was doing that, she was thinking about what she watched in the creative presentation. And then by the time she got back home, she had more ideas and she could work on something. And then the next creative presentation wasn't for like another hour, something along those lines. And so it gives you the flexibility of, it's not like jam-packed. It's spread out over the course of 4 days so that it's not overwhelming. And 4 days is that you get 2 creative presentations every day, a welcome video, a 3D project video that I do, and then a conclusion video. And you can go back at any point that you want and watch these videos. As long as Facebook lives, you can go back and watch this and have access to all this information. I go back to some of the escapes from years ago just to get ideas from them, because I'm like, oh, I remember, hey, sports fan, Gina did that display. And so I just look for whatever escape I think it was, and then I go to that album and I find it, and I'm like, oh, there's the card I'm thinking about, right? So you have access to this for a long time. You don't have to watch it live. So like you might say, well, I'm really busy that weekend, I can't make it. Well, that's okay. You'll get your box. Your box is actually not mailed to you until after the event. You guys, I couldn't do it. I think I would cry if I had to mail these out before, because we find things that we miss. It happens. There's like, oh man, we forgot to put that little piece of paper into everybody's kits. For the mail version, we're able to add that then. Or you won a raffle prize, we can put your raffle prize in your box. Or you're like, I want to get a bow maker from you, I want to get a caddy, can you add it to my box? Boom, yes. Like, so it's very cool because and my team, all my team was invited to purchase swag or apparel. We've got pullovers, we've got hats, we've got backpacks, we've got jackets, and we've got vests and purple shirts and yellow shirts. And so we're taking orders for all that stuff right now. So I'm going to be ordering that stuff, and my goal is to put that in people's boxes, and then the day after the escape is done. So the escape finishes on that 14th, that Sunday. Monday is set aside to ship everybody's boxes out to them. So that's how that works. So you don't get your box ahead of time. It's like one of the only times that I don't mail your stuff out to you before the class. Otherwise, you guys always get your stuff before class. It's the escapes that you get it afterward, or any of my retreats are afterwards. Becky Gandolfo, what are those cans behind you? Please and thank you. Sorry, it has nothing to do with the creative. It has nothing to do with the creative escape. But this was my team, the lovely Be Happy Stampers, gave me an amazing Christmas gift, and it has their canisters, and they were full of different things. Like that one was a coaster. They gave me the yellow Yeti. This says Inspire, Create, Share. This one says Sunshine, Love, and Big Hugs. And the last one, it says Be Happy Stampers. And lastly, they gave me a card that I actually made 20 years ago. Blast from the past. And in the inside was cold hard cash to get massages and pedicures, because I need to take more time for myself. And I will be honest with you guys, at 11 o'clock yesterday, I had an appointment and I got a pedicure and my toes were nasty. So I do like 3 pedicures a year. I should do more, but like instead of giving me things for Christmas, they gave me experiences. And so we were just talking about the Monday after the escape is mailing. Tuesday, I am making an appointment to have a massage after the escape, and then after the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, I'm saving that money to get a massage the day after shipping for the next 2 events that I'm doing, because I just remember thinking the last couple events, I'm like, I can't walk. And I'm like, if I can't walk, my mom probably can't walk either, or Diane, or anybody else that's helping me. So, yes. So the online experience is, as people have said, that they feel connected with us. It's not like they're attending something and they're off in left field, like by themselves, twiddling their thumbs, waiting by themselves. Like, if you guys know me, I love to engage and love to include everybody. So if you do the online version, don't worry about like, hey, I'm not there at that time. Well, that's okay. Watch it whenever it works for you. So a lot of people say, well, I'm busy that weekend. That's okay. It's always available for you to work on afterwards. Okay, so if you attend in person, it's here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Fly in from wherever you want if you want to. Oh, you're very welcome, Becky. And if you want to do the online, that works too. So 2 formats. For those that don't get the box, you would just choose the online without a box. You wouldn't get, we were going over the value. I don't know. Listen to me with this glass, you guys. I'm not used to it. I don't know if I have it in here. I think I have it in the house. I get an attendance gift for everybody. Ooh, UPS guy is here. The attendance gift is valued at $14. So right there alone, we're already up to like about $80 plus the 3 classes. Like, what people have told me, the value is really there. So if you're worried about what am I going to get for the money that I'm spending, if you're not certain, I would encourage people to try it once. And if you don't like it, then you know that you've tried it and you don't need to do it again. But I tell you, I've gone from 50 people to 70 people to 80 people to 90 people to 120. And last time was 120. And now I'm planning for 120 this time. And so I bought 124 attendance gifts for everybody. I got one for myself to keep. And what it is a food storage container with a tight lock lid on it. And it's got some trays in it for you to take food if you're going to have lunch or you need a snack. And so I wish I would have it here. Well, so when I get the real ones that have I put the Stampin' Up! Logo on them and the copyright logo on it, and I'm giving these away as gifts as part of the escape. And so once I get them here, they actually shipped today. Once they get here, I will share them. And so you can see what your attendance gift is as well. We've done cool things in the past, and that's always, Tyler helps me pick out what we do for the attendance gifts. Okay, Mary, no problem. We're still going, and there's always the replay. Feline said it's difficult, but the online is perfect. Yes. All right, so you get to stamp. So we're going to show you the cards here momentarily. We talked about the private Facebook group, attendance gift, a goodie bag. You can swap if you want to. No crying if you want to. Gorgeous displays. So I'm just reading you guys right off of my list here. Add-on sampler if you want to add it on, so you save shipping. If you do the sampler with me, you don't have to pay shipping because it'll go in your box. You get a discounted price if you're part of the team. Registration went through the 16th, but I'm telling you now that I have like 12 more spots. My mom is my chef. Chef mom is in charge of lunch and supper, so she makes a phenomenal meal. The presentations we talked about. For those that are coming in person, you need to bring your own toolbox full of all of your stuff like this, like your tear and tape and your mini glue dots and your tools. You need to bring a toolbox. So a lot of people just bring their whole little caddy like that and just plop it right in front. If you are not local to me and you need a hotel room, the Ramada is here, the Microtel Inn and Suites. There's hotels. I don't have a block of rooms because it's not. You would need a lot of people that stay for a night to get a room, but to get a block of rooms. And so there are multiple hotels throughout within a 5 to 10 minute radius for me. So you could always stay overnight here in Fond du Lac. Hi, Jennifer Jones. We talked about the Facebook group. We talked about the DSP sampler add-on. Organized swapping. Here are all the different groups that we could do for swapping. So they're all here listed. And then for payment. If you guys want to join me for the fun, you could PayPal me money, Venmo, Zelle. You could pay via my website. Cash is king. Checks work as well. And if you pay via my website, just know that it does charge a convenience fee for using my website. So if you want to save a couple bucks and pay through one of those cash alternative options, that's your choice. I give you whatever, it's whatever you want. Don't ever worry about me. If you want to pay for my website, and just know that a lot of small businesses are doing that because it costs money to use credit cards. And so my website charges me a fee. And it's usually $1 per every $20. And so for people who pay me with cash or check or PayPal Friends and Family or Venmo, I like to save them the money so that they get the cash prices noted. And then just know that if you do check out on my website, it's always a little bit more to compensate for that. Feline liked the food storage container. Like, oh, that'll go with the forks and spoons. I didn't even think about that, Feline, but you're right. Catherine said that she loved the however you spell it. Yes, the Retlaw. It's Walter backwards. Yep, it was Retlaw. Okay, so if anybody has questions as we're going, and I don't catch them during the live, you can always reach out to me privately and I'll answer your questions. But I want to share with you the cards that we're going to make, because I know like some people like to prepare and plan in case they don't have the stamp sets. But if you guys know me a little bit by now, I like to prepare and create cards and design cards in a way that you don't necessarily have to have the stamp set. I like that you guys want to have the stamp set if you love it, and buy it if you love it. But if you don't love it, then can you use something that you already have and then buy the things that you really do love? And so you'll find when you see my designs, I'm more heavily intensive on die cutting and embossing, because those are like, it's so fun to do that kind of stuff. And I can do that because I have an amazing outlet for my helpers. Like, I have the best helpers in the world, and I couldn't do what I do without their help. So you guys just saw Tammy came in here. She's on her way to an appointment, and she was picking up stuff to work on for the escape or for the classes that are coming up. Because I have the most amazing helpers, they don't mind die cutting. It allows me to be able to work on designing cards that have those little pieces that are die cut for you. So big kudos to my helpers. However many of them are watching, we do appreciate all of them. Okay, so we're gonna run through the cards here and show you what was designed and what you might need in terms of inks or stamps or what's going into them. So you guys, you might have caught this on my showcase. So I like to utilize cards as much as possible, and I already do an abundance of classes, a plethora of classes throughout the month. And so when you add in an event like this, it would be really hard to design on top of it 9 more cards that are exclusive to this event. So just know that if you're doing this event, I do carry over, and I don't hide it. I carry over these cards and I cherry pick them and put them into different classes over the next 4 months. Only one, and so these 9 cards are generally going to be featured in classes 1 here, 1 here, no more than like 2 a month. And so they're only 1 in a class. And so I'll talk about that so that you guys know that as well. But so you might end up with doubles if you do the escape and you take, like, let's say the January monthly class with me, you might end up with 2 of this card, but it's such an amazing card that I don't think it would hurt to have 2 because it's so adorable, right? So Balmy Blue ink is being used to blend on this piece right here. A little sentiment did come from here in early espresso ink. You guys will get a little brad. You get, like, all this little stuff is die cut. So the mail does get stamped on here too. But again, if you don't have the word mail, it still looks cute without it. And then on the inside, I've got some of the stamps from the set in Memento, I think. So I think actually Memento or espresso, I can't remember. Like your twine will come in your goodie bag. And so yes, so that's 1 card. Again, this is part of the January monthly class. So you just saw that in the showcase I just did. This one is from the Beach Day set. So I've been using this happy birthday a lot. Wishing you a beautiful day. The font is awesome. Sending sunshine your way. The verses in here are awesome. And so with this card, this is going to be the die cutter's nightmare because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 die cuts on here. So they are already working on it. And so on the inside, it has wishing you a beautiful day and the little surfboard. All you need is a little sentiment at the top, and all the rest of this, including the cat fur, probably not a cat fur, but there is one there, will be part of your kit. And so you'll rip your paper at the bottom. I've got a little pecan ink pad up there, and then you'll put your gemsies on. So I think one fell off, I see that, but that is featuring the Beach Day set. Okay, this one, oh, it's a fan favorite at class on Tuesday night. It's called Easter Lilies, is the stamp set. And the dies are the amazing part of that set. And so this is the card you'll make. You need a sentiment here. I chose God is good because God is good. And the, complete with dimensional back, The other one that fits in here is He is Risen, or if you don't have the set, what else could you use that could go on the little slip of paper here? Heck, if you needed a birthday card or a get well card or a thinking of you card or a you're amazing card or happy retirement, anything could go on this right here. And so all this stuff is already out with the die cutters and they're die cutting it. Rhonda's already working on the embossing for this. And so when you open this one up is where I've got this one. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and that comes from this set as well, and the flower comes from this set. So I definitely use the stamps more for the sentiments and the insides. And a little bit of sponging. If you don't have Moody Mauve, Rococo Rose would absolutely work, because Moody Mauve is like Rococo Rose to me. And so all of these cards feature designer paper and embellishments from the new mini catalog. So my goal with these 9 cards is that all of the designer paper gets used at least once between these cards or your attendance gifts. The ribbon gets featured at least once on the cards, and each of the embellishments gets used on one of the cards. So we really map out and are strategic about what sets we're using with which paper. The online attendees always get a yummy treat made by my mom. You're right. Oh man, do you guys want to know what it is? I don't think it's cookies this time. I think if you guys are okay with it, I was gonna have my mom make some snickerdoodle bars. Snickerdoodle, I said that like swallowed the noodle. Snickerdoodle bars. I think we've done that in the past once, but if you'd rather have cookies, we can do cookies too. But yes, my mom always makes a yummy treat for all the online attendees so they can at least get a taste of my mom's amazing cooking that I've grown up with my entire life. I love to share my mom's amazing food with anybody I can. And my mom is the biggest food pusher around, and so I kind of get that from her. All right, so you guys will make a calendar card. So in your kit, you'll also get a calendar. I saved out 120 calendars just for the escape. And here's to New Beginnings. This comes from a set called Wild Ferns. Here's to New Beginnings. And then on the back, look at that. Wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. These are the perfect sentiments for a calendar card like this. The little fern thing is part of the set. If you don't have the fern thing and you have something else, great. If you don't, the card would look perfectly fine not having the fern thing on there. Hi, Sharon Land. All right, so you get to do a calendar card. Yay, happy dance. Then the trusty tools. All right, this one, so the wild ferns, just so you guys, this one gets, I'm going to be doing this one for my winter bingo, which is an in-person event only next week, Wednesday, the 27th. And so my online community, this is the only opportunity to make this card with me. Otherwise, it's in person on the 27th. This one. So this is trusty tools. Lots of tools. That's the stamp set. Now, for the escape, this is the card you're going to make. Everybody's going to get some designer paper, and you're going to have tools in your designer paper pack, and you're just going to pick out what tools you want. We kind of mapped it out that you might not have this exact tool with that handle, but you might have that tool with a different color handle. Everybody has a hammer. You might have a channel lock, but we mapped it out that you're just going to pull your different tools from your paper pack. And these are the cork rounds here, and we colored them black. So for those attending in person, hi Kenzie, you're gonna need a black Sharpie. I wouldn't use the black blend because you don't wanna wreck your marker tip. A black Sharpie is perfectly fine for that. And you're gonna use your own tools, but like the die cutting here is done. It uses that Sweet Sorbet ribbon. Now this is going to be similar to the sweet, this is gonna be used for the sweet class in February, but it's not going to be exact. The base and the toolbox are going to be the same, but the tools are going to be different. So we're going to switch it up ever so. I didn't even stamp my inside yet. We're going to switch it up just slightly for the tools for the sweet class. But this one will you'll kind of like see this similar card for February's sweet class. All right. Now, this is going to be the perennial postage meets painted lavender bundles. Okay. And from here, we used Hello There. Hello there. You called. It's me you're looking for. Hello there isn't even on here. Oh man, oh frights. I think I know where that's from though. Maybe I don't. I don't know. It's I don't know. There's a hello there. It's part of a new set. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it's from. I thought it was stippled roses, but there's a sending thanks that would fit there. Basically, you need a small sentiment. You'll get one of a part of your goodie bag will include these little accents, a sheet of these little accents. So a little vellum back here, and then an inside. You guys, we were running out of time, so we weren't stamping the inside so religiously. But honestly, you don't even need these stamp sets. You need a sentiment and something to decorate your inside, and you're good to go with the perennial lavender. Now, this card is definitely going to be used for the sweet class. That's in April. So you might see this, if you recognize it, in April for the sweet class. So that one's the double dipping for that. There's one here that is for, it's called Thoughtful Expressions. Well, two things. Thoughtful Moments. Nope, not that. I don't know why that's here. I grabbed the wrong thing. They're both thoughtful. So Thoughtful Expressions is this one. Now, this is very similar. Hi, Susan Bellamy. This is going to be used for an ink, paper, scissors called for the Poetic Expressions. I think it's in March. The only difference is this ribbon down here. This is what you get in your goodie bag for the Escape. For ink, paper, scissors, you're going to get the white herringbone ribbon. So March's ink, paper, scissors, you'll get these champagne things, these little dots, and you'll get the white herringbone. Now, this is an Escape card. I haven't finished my inside, of course. I just realized that the majority of these aren't done. But like this will be die cut for you. The embossing will be done. And the hummingbird does come from this set right here. So if you don't have a hummingbird or something to, like, what could you put here? You're going to get a piece of white paper and it's big enough to stamp something that's there, right? So that's what we have for this one. It's called Thoughtful Expressions. All right. Again, this is going to be an ink, paper, scissors. I believe it's for March, if I'm not mistaken. Poetic Expression. Yes, March. Okay. All right. So then I grabbed the wrong dies. And last but not least is our B card. And we talked about this in the showcase for January. This is Be My Valentine. Oh, there's two E's there. I think I got to make sure I update that. So Be My Valentine is what's used. And then for this one, it's also like got a little seed packet in here. So this was going to be a little attendance gift for everybody. I was going to have my helpers make it up ahead. But then we thought, no, well, everybody can make their own. And it'll save my helpers from making 120 cards. And so we built it into the make and takes for you guys so that you just need a little sentiment to stamp on here. You'll use your own little bee from the designer paper you get. And the difference for this card, though, is you're not going to get the balmy blue ribbon. You're actually going to use, your label is actually going to be changed up for the Escape card. It's going to be a Sweet Sorbet label. And then we're going to use the Sweet Sorbet ribbon here versus using balmy blue. So it's a little minor tweaking for or like changing for the Sweet card is going to get balmy blue, where the Escape is going to get Sweet Sorbet. So because this is not, this ribbon isn't part of the mini, this is what everybody gets in their goodie bag. So there you go. These are what we have for make and takes for the Escape. Lots of prettiness coming your way. So put that here and that here. So those are the 9 cards, and these are the fun ones because they are a calendar card, and then you get the seed packet. We've got a shaker card for you. We've got movement on cards, super cool. Lots of die cutting. And so when you get this, you guys are going to get there's been a change this year for the next one. Hello there. It's from the Darling Details set. Is it though? I don't know if I had the Darling Details up there for when I did the designing. I feel like it's actually is it Detailed Dogwood? Hang on, let me flip this down because I'm gonna just set these like this. Hang on, is it Detailed Dogwood maybe? Nope, not that. No, it's not Detailed Dogwood. Okay, so it's not that. I don't know. Hi, honey. I want to say it's actually a sale-a-bration set. So Darling Details is this one, and that card that hello there is different. Look, it's a little bit different. There's a set. Hi, baby girl. There's a set. You guys want to see a little honey bear here? Hang on, if you guys are wondering. There she is. Huh. Honey, say hi. There you go. So she likes to come in and pop in right behind me. I want to say that it's actually from a set that is the stippled one. Not the stippled roses, but softly sophisticated or something like that. So, but that would work too. The darling details would work. So, okay, so we got the 9 cards, you guys, make and takes. There'll be a 3D project, which is still up here. The difference, I was just talking about, there's a minor difference for next year, as I think that I'm going to be providing an envelope for everybody. So in the past, I've not provided envelopes because the only thing that I didn't use in my Stampin' Up! Business were the envelopes, because just because there's many alternatives for envelopes. And I finally did some math and figured things out, and I decided to make an executive decision going forward in 2024 that once I'm done with my stockpile of the other not mentioned brand, I'm going to be using Stampin' Up! Envelopes. And so because I'm doing a Stampin' Up! Event, for me, in my mind, this is a Stampin' Up! With demonstrators, it is softly sophisticated. I think that's where that came from. And so because I'm going to be moving forward with Stampin' Up! Envelopes, you guys will all get 9 envelopes to go with your cards, and so you don't have to provide your own envelopes for this class or for this event, is my plan. That is the plan. So I'm thinking about that for certain. I'm like 90% deciding, but we're still analyzing that. So, but yeah, other than that, so what else? I think we covered a lot, you guys. I don't know if I tried to make sure I caught any questions you guys might have. So if you're wondering if you want to get signed up or not, think about it. There's still a little time. There's still plenty of spots available that if you guys are watching this in 2 days or in a week, there's probably going to be some spots available yet. Just reach out as soon as you know you want to get signed up, and we'll get you on the list, and we'll figure it out from there. So, nothing about like being live a lot. So the next live we have, you guys, is going to be at 6 o'clock, and we're going to do the Gorgeously or Masterfully Made class. If I forgot anything, I will definitely think about it to add to that, but I think that's good. You guys, that was a lot of information for today. So I'll sign off. If you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. But lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. You guys, until we see you in 2 hours, make it a great next 2 hours. All right, I'll count to 10 just in case it ends early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's from Blueberry Bunches. Go, Judy Sharp. I even looked right past it. Yes, it is Blueberry Bunches. All right, Sarah Mitchell. I'm glad you're going to sign up, because I actually have you on my list that I was waiting to hear back from you to see if you wanted to confirm, because I think you did it the last time. So what I do for this one, you guys, is if you did it the last one, most of the time, about 90% of people want to do it the next time, and they get first precedent. So Sarah, I will keep you on my list because you're already on the list. And if you want to send the check for 130, that would be awesome. I'll make sure to put you as green, as like green light means go. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll see you in a couple hours. 1, 2, 3,